8-Man Talks. Unfiltered perspective.
Welcome to Last Week Trending. This is 8-Man Talks and I'm talking about something wild. Animals. Yes, you heard me right. Animals are not just cute and cuddly, they could be your heroes. Lately, there's been a lot of talk about this CCTV footage. In eastern Turkey, a dog was howling on the streets just hours before an earthquake hit. Here's the thing, humans can't pick up on these signals. Dogs bark and howl all the time. We all deal with it. How do we tell the difference between a regular howl and the one that's trying to warn us? Let's talk to Jimmy. Hey Jimmy, what's up?
That's my tail. Oof, oof.
Jimmy, I see your tail. That's always up, I know. Is it down yet?
Well, only when I sleep. But I sleep with one eye open, so it's still up. Recently, I found myself finding it.
Jimmy. That's cool. I have a question for you. When there's an earthquake, do you guys howl?
Yeah, I sure do. It's my duty to alert the humans. Oof, oof.
But I see you also howl when there's no earthquake.
That's because I howl for other reasons too.
Why do you howl?
I howl when I need attention, when I am scared, and sometimes when I am bored.
But then Jimmy, how would humans know that you're howling for an impending danger, like an earthquake?
Instead of shooing me away, humans should let me howl freely, then listen patiently. If they spend time with me while I howled, they will understand me better.
Yeah, sure, that's right, Jimmy. Everyone's busy though. Could you give me a tip? Do you know which howls are personal and which ones are warnings?
Then I would be giving away all my secrets, and no one likes a howler with no secrets.
Thanks for taking the time, Jimmy. Maybe I'll find another howler who can share secrets. Hopefully with a sense of humor. It's not just dogs. Before the earthquake, birds were getting restless. Have a look at this footage in Turkey. We've got Parody Parrot on the show. Hey Parody Parrot, were you restless before the earthquake?
Yeah, I had a busy day. I was in deep sleep.
Seriously? You were asleep while the other birds were so restless?
I don't live in Turkey, you idiot.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. But why do you think the birds were restless before the earthquake?
I don't know. Maybe the other birds were just trying to warn that something was coming. Like when they make noise before it rains.
You mean like a peacock?
Yeah, peacock. They always get attention. I know they are beautiful and all, but we parrots are even better. We are a complete package. Peacocks, parrots' lives matter.
Yeah, hello. Are you there, Parody? Sorry, we lost the connection with Parody Parrot. Maybe next time.
You ape man, you cutting me off
Oh
intentionally?
no. Sorry, folks. I'll be careful next time on air. Let's get back to the topic. Animals are known to sense natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis before they happen, which is interesting.
The earth opens its jaws. In 2016, a series of earthquakes shakes central Italy. Whole villages lie in ruins, devastated by a quake that hit without warning. Even the most modern technology cannot predict exactly when and where the forces of nature will strike. Scientists from the Max Planck Institute of Animal Behavior in Konstanz are at the scene of the disaster. Together with international cooperation partners, they want to test an alternative early warning system for earthquakes, with the help of animals on local farms. A new study is providing evidence to support what was once known only from chance observations. Prior to earthquakes, animals do show measurable behavioural changes. Depending on the distance to the epicenter, animals can start showing signs up to 20 hours before the earth begins to shake.
People around the world were telling these stories about animals anticipating major disasters. It's difficult because until now, people could not monitor these animals 24/7, so continuously. And now, with the technology we have, it's super easy. You just put a tag on the animal and you could do it in many, many places around the world. Their sensors are tuned to the environment, they have better hardware, their noses are better, their ears are better, their electric organs are better, and they also have better sensory systems to deal with this information. So the brains of animals are superior to any of the computers that we have.
Wait a minute. Are you seriously telling me that the brains of animals are more advanced than the most powerful computers you have? Turns out, you've been living with the AI all along. It's just the animals have been too polite to tell you. This phenomenon is not new. A tsunami submerged and destroyed the ancient Greek city of Helike in 373 BC.
Helike was a prominent trading port, but the ancient city was best known for the role it played in the worship of the almighty Poseidon, the god of the sea. In 373 BCE, the city vanishes. According to writers across the ancient world, the entire city disappears beneath the waves. Its location is lost to the passage of time. A tsunami caused by an earthquake.
There's a Roman author who talks about the destruction of Helike, and he mentions that 5 days before the event, all the animals, all the rats, all the insects went scurrying away from the site, and that people should have taken that as warning something bad was about to happen.
Researchers have found that many animals can perceive infrasound that propagates much faster in the air with a speed of 330 meters per second than a tsunami with 200 meters per second speed. This experiment examines elephants' perception of these signals.
Caitlin O'Connell researches hearing at Stanford University School of Medicine. In a series of experiments in Namibia, she buried speakers in the ground. Then she played common elephant calls to see what would happen. When this herd hears an alarm call played from an above-ground speaker, it means danger is close. They retreat. But when the same call is played underground, they react more slowly. They grow wary and close ranks, but stay put. When the elephants get the message through their feet only, it means the danger is farther away. Even an elephant's footsteps transmit useful information about its size and whereabouts to other elephants. So if you know how to listen, this dramatic landscape hums with signals, and a web of sound holds a whole community together.
Maybe that's why animals fled the approaching tsunami in 2004. Sri Lanka's southeastern nature reserve was hit by the tsunami, villages got destroyed and people died, but no elephants were killed. Here's how Amber Owen's elephant Ning Nong saved her from the deadly tsunami in Thailand.
8-year-old Amber was on the verge of death, but help came from where she was not expected. 8-year-old Amber Owen arrived in Thailand with her mother Samantha and stepfather Eddie a few days before the Christmas holidays. The family stayed at a hotel on the ocean. Every morning, a 4-year-old elephant named Nin Nong was brought to the beach for the entertainment of tourists. Vacationers could feed him bananas and ride on his back. Amber liked to communicate with him, and he reciprocated, hugging her with his trunk. On the morning of December 26, 2004, while at the hotel, the family felt slight tremors, which soon stopped, after which Samantha and her daughter went to the beach. Amber immediately rushed to her elephant friend. She climbed on his back to ride, but noticed that the animal was behaving strangely. Ning Nong constantly tried to leave the beach, not listening to the orders of the owner. Suddenly, something incredible began to happen. The water suddenly began to creep away from the shore, exposing the beach. Some people rushed to collect fish and shells. The rest of the vacationers continued to lie on their sun lounges, marveling at the rare phenomenon. But just a few minutes later, a big wave began to arrive. Waves knocked people off their feet, pulling them in different directions. Amber, still on Ning Nong's back, grabbed him with her hands, and he, without even trying to throw her off, began to make his way through the strong current towards the hotel. The baby elephant stopped against a high wall and patiently waited for Amber to rise to a safe height. Samantha, who had already noticed her daughter, grabbed her by the arm and pulled her out of the seething stream of water. Now they were standing on a small hill among the tops of the trees. When the water receded a few minutes later, Samantha grabbed Amber and quickly moved towards the hotel, realizing that a second wave would come soon. She had to walk knee-deep in water, making her way through the rubble. 10 minutes later, just as the mother and the girl managed to get to the hotel, the tsunami hit again, completely demolishing all the doors on the first floor of the hotel. Fortunately, the family was unharmed and was able to return to the UK 3 days later.
Animals like elephants and birds can feel low-frequency sound waves and vibrations from weak foreshocks. Rodents can hear high-frequency sounds created when rocks are fractured. In 2016, 15 minutes before an earthquake struck Oklahoma, birds took flight in such a significant numbers that thousands of them could be observed airborne through radar. Hey folks, a lot of your ancestors revered animals. There was a special place and status for animals. But nowadays, most of you idolize cats online. By hypnotizing you, they make you watch cat videos all day while your productivity hides under the rug. This is why the Egyptians considered cats to be a special part of their lives.
One animal that you'd see pretty much everywhere in ancient Egyptian art. Even one of the most iconic structures in Egyptian history, the Sphinx, has the face of a cat. But it's important to note one thing. Ancient Egyptians didn't actually worship cats or any other animal on their own. However, they did see these animals as symbols of different divine beings. The animals were a sort of physical symbol of the gods themselves. This is why some historians go as far as to say that the Egyptians worshipped these animals when they actually just worshipped what these animals represented to them. Cats were an essential part of ancient Egyptian culture. Cats are also believed to be some of the few animals that would be present in the Egyptian afterlife as well, as there are many cases of cats being mummified alongside humans and pharaohs.
The Egyptians aren't the only ones. Even the greatest civilizations like the Babylonians and the Indus Valley had a special place for animals. From peacocks to snakes to eagles to mice, almost all animals are sacred in Hinduism. Unlike humans, animals are deeply connected to nature. It's like nature is trying to tell you something.
Humans, you may think you're smarter than me, but let's see who's laughing when the smoke clears.
Let me give you an advice. If your dog says Godzilla's at your door, get out of town.
I am not here for any trouble. I am just looking for some vacuuming tips.
It's time to understand nature and connect with your furry and feathered friends. Some incredible people are already working on it.
If the potential of animals as a natural early warning system is confirmed, the next step will be to use the Animal Observation System Icarus, which has just been put into operation at the International Space Station, to look around the globe to see which other animals can warn of earthquakes, tsunamis and other natural disasters with their behavior. This network of animals, the Internet of Animals, could reveal much more about the condition of our environment, the interplay of life, and how we can better share our one little planet.
The whole time, you are surrounded by animals and you didn't realize their incredible potential. Yes, you heard me right. Animals could be your heroes. Every week I'll discuss the trending news you should care about and what you can learn from it. Please hit the like button if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. That's the only way you can show your support for us.